Alrighty then, so I actually do just very quickly want to run back to Jensen's apartment, and then we can go on, because I think that's all we really have left is, the main mission, I guess. Like, there's totally a part of me that really... Oh, never mind. I was like, I'm friggin' lost, and this sucks, but... Realistically, I think that this game does a good job of making you feel like this is an actual city. It's not some nonsensical bullshit, you know? But yeah, so in editing everything, because I've been gone in Florida doing an IT certification, actually, and... I was doing some editing, and I kind of realized that I didn't finish a thought. What the hell am I doing? I kind of realized that I didn't finish a thought, and I kind of wanted to, revisit the thought, which was that, about the, shit. I don't know his name. I could be wrong. I'm not even gonna try, but the guy who plays Jensen... And I was kind of talking about how he seems like a really rad guy. And it's just one of those things, like, I'm not going to talk shit about anybody because I don't know people personally, right? So I really can't. And I think that a lot of people do that kind of stuff, and it's pretty stupid. When you just kind of, like, talk shit about people you don't know just because you don't like them. But... I feel like a lot of voice actors have this air of, like, they're really important, and I feel like that in itself is kind of a little bit shitty, and I've always kind of felt that, like, ever since really the whole... I never asked for this thing really got huge. I kind of feel like... I'm pretty sure his name is Elias Tufexis, but I could be completely full of shit. But, I just... Like, I feel like he very much strikes me as somebody who... He literally never asked for this. And I kind of feel like it's one of those things where... He really, like, every time you see him, like, do any interviews or anything, like, he really acts like he, like, didn't really ever think that him as Jensen was going to blow up quite as much as he, or quite as much as it did. And he always kind of, like, strikes me as somebody who is... totally for the people who support him, and I always feel like that's something that people don't really do a lot of the times, and like people always kind of act in that sort of like somewhat entitled way, in that they do the things they do.
Adam, it's Arya. I just heard what happened. God, right outside your apartment?
What happened outside my apartment?
Someone got all their implants torn out. Was left to bleed to death in the alley. When I first heard where it was, I thought...
I'm fine, Arya. It wasn't me.
Be careful going home. It's not the first one of these I've heard about.
Aww, she likes him. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll check that out. Because I think that that's just the person who was murdered right here. But, what was I gonna say? But yeah, like, it really just feels like, to me, like, even, like, doing the Let's Play, it's so, like, I'm not really the kind of person who talks about shit like this, but it's fucking adorable. It's really cute, because he's just like, yeah, so, I told people that I would do this, so I guess I'm gonna do it, and,
you're looking at something?
I'm like, he's very, like, like, you can't, like, you can't tell that he's, like, or not famous, but, like, that he's, like, a relatively, talented voice actor. Like, it almost seems like he's out of his element, And I always find that people who are like that always kind of are more interesting to me than the people who are like, yeah, I'm the shit. And I'm trying to think of the other person that I know has a similar thing. Like anytime I've ever seen anything about like Matt Mercer, who I can't really remember off the top of my head any of like the actual roles that he's had, but he's kind of getting to that point of like the Troy Baker, Nolan North level where he's like in fucking everything. Like he's McCree in Overwatch, he's Jotaro in the English dub of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And every like interview I've ever seen of him, or any time that he's done anything, it always seems like it is much more like, oh yeah, like I'm a fan of this kind of shit, and like the people who support me are the best, and it's just, I don't know, like I always find it like a lot of voice actors kind of act like you would expect movie stars to act. I guess is probably the best way to put it. And I always find it really cool when people act the complete opposite of that idea.
Don't believe it.
We can't let them get away.
If it wasn't for Johnny, I might have begged you for this.
Wow, what a fucking asshole.
I must talk to you about what happened. I recognize you. We're neighbors. I've seen you in our building. You're very difficult to miss. By chance, did someone send you to investigate?
No, no one sent me. What happened here?
It's horrible. An augmented woman was killed, just outside of where we live. She looks like she was my age.
Do you have any idea who she was?
No, I've never seen her before. It's so sad that nothing will be done about this. Orc victims are not high on the list of police priorities. To them, it's like a dog lying in the street. You're not a cop, are you?
I work with someone else, another agency.
That's perfect. You outrank the police?
Depends who you ask.
The detective here, he's not willing. I got the feeling he doesn't care.
What about you? What's your interest in all this? Morbid curiosity?
God, no. I want nothing more than to go home. Detective Montag, he's making me stay. He thinks I saw something.
Did you see something?
Maybe. I think I would rather not say, to be honest. Because if I had seen something, and if I started talking about it, wouldn't that put me in danger?
Oh, Lord.
You may not think much of the police here. I may not think much of them either. But that doesn't mean you should hold back information.
They don't have it in them to protect me. They have neither the will nor the courage.
Be that as it may, it's still probably your best hope for helping to catch the killer.
I know. It's just that I don't trust the police. I would feel safer with someone like you. You have more reason to be invested in this than they do. You're augmented, like the victim was. And you look like you could actually protect me.
It's not my case.
But maybe you could help.
Oh, Lord.
Please, neighbor. Talk to Detective Montag. At least see how it's going. Make sure he doesn't think he's on vacation just because the victim is an orc.
Sure, why not? I guess I really technically have no choice.
I'll talk to the officer in charge and see where he is with the investigation. If I can help him, I will.
Thank you. Suppose I end up remembering something later. Is there a way for me to contact you?
You planning to run off on me already?
The first chance I get. There are times for standing in the cold, but this isn't one of them. I just want to go home, bolt the door, and never come out again. Of course, I will wait for Detective Montag to say it's okay first. And I'll still try to answer whatever questions you may have.
Oh,
I can give you access to my info link. You should feel free to use it if you have to.
Thank you, neighbor.
Jensen, getting all the ladies.
To you about what happened.
How come she talks to him and not...
I have some questions for you.
I will cooperate. You have promised to help, and so I will try to help as well.
How did the attack happen? What was the killer doing?
He was on top of her, cutting the evil out. That's what he called it. I mean, I think.
So you heard his voice?
Very clearly, yes. He sounded confident, authoritarian, like a general commanding troops.
What did he say exactly?
It is time to make you whole again.
Can you remember anything about what the killer looks like?
To be honest, I saw more of the shadow than the man. I remember he was very big. The shadow, it covered everything.
So you can't describe him?
Not the face, no. His clothes, he was wearing something very dark, black, maybe blue.
Was he augmented?
He moved like an augmented man, but I can't say for sure.
What were you doing here?
What were you doing here?
I was looking for Starlight, my cat. There was lightning and suddenly this flash of certainty. That's when I knew something awful was happening.
Where were you exactly?
In the shadows. My head was down. I couldn't move. Oh God, stupid Daria. I shouldn't have gone out today. The energies were all wrong.
Is there anything else I should know about you?
You want to know about Daria? What is there to tell? Small town girl came to the big city to escape her problems, to try and become someone else.
Did it work?
Not really. You can't escape yourself. You can't just come to a big city and expect all your problems to seem smaller. It doesn't work that way.
Why is it you don't trust the police to take care of this case?
I have bad memories of the police.
What kind of memories?
Get calls I didn't want. Tickets I didn't deserve. The policemen here are worse than children. Former captains of high school sports teams who will never recapture their years of glory.
That's
I
all
was captain
cops,
of the
though.
debate team
Let's
in
be
high
real
school.
here.
Yes, well, debate is different.
What's your take on Montag? You ever meet him before tonight?
I went to the station once, years ago, to complain about the ticket. Detective Montag is the one they send you to handle the paperwork.
How'd he do?
He did fine. The point is, he's a desk jockey. Look at him, he's lost out here. The cops who know how to catch killers, they're not the ones sent to investigate murdered ox.
That's kind of sad.
I'm gonna do what I can to help the investigation.
Good luck.
But yeah, not all police, but they're like in small towns. If anybody who lives in a small town has ever been up to even like something that looks slightly not good, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because there are some people that are like old football players who got too shit-faced in college and failed. Ooh, crafting parts. And it's not very fun getting pulled over and searched because they think you have drugs on you even though that you don't do drugs.
So, Daria was actually talking to you, huh? I could barely get 2 words out of her. What did she say? Did she see anything?
You mean your witness over there? She's not sure yet.
How can she not be sure? Either she saw something or she didn't.
She's scared. She thinks she might be in danger. I told her she'll be fine and that whoever did this would be caught. I'd like to believe that's true.
Sure, so would I. But as you can see, the victim was like you, augmented. That makes things a little more complicated, eh? Being a cop in this city, it's not always about doing the right thing, or about doing things the right way.
Sure, let's relate.
I was a cop for 12 years. I know all about getting bad orders. The difference between what you're told to do and what you know is right.
Tell me about it. So, how did you reconcile yourself with those kinds of orders?
I quit.
I'm 2 months away from the beach. I'm not quitting, but I respect your idealism.
It was a long time ago. I work for Interpol now.
Interpol, huh? Listen, off the record, I've been told to forego any unnecessary investigation. I want you to know, it's not my idea of how things should be done.
Who told you to forego the investigation?
Men who spend more time making policies than arrests. They want the victim's husband, Johnny Gunn, ex-PMC operative. Heavily augmented.
Alright. So if you're not comfortable with this, if you know things aren't being handled the way they should, why not do something about it?
I thought I just did. Just because my hands are tied doesn't mean Interpol can't conduct a parallel investigation. Crime scene's right over there, and Johnny lives just a couple of blocks from here.
I never said I was gonna work your case for you.
Sure you did. Isn't that more or less the promise you made your little friend over there? She won't talk to a cop because she doesn't trust us. Smart girl. Look, my orders are to arrest the husband. You take a look around. Get to Johnny before my guys do. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually learn something.
I'll let you know what I find.
I like characters like that because, like, he's not... It's complicated, and he's not really, like, a villain, per se. And he's...
Nice equipment.
Oh, actually, I could investigate the scene. But, like, he's not, like, objectively, like, a piece of shit or anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's not necessarily a nice person, but... Recent, strangled, or even left a partial fingerprint. There are cutting marks above her arm. There was a piece of a broken needle sticking out of her right shoulder.
Just because Montag trusts it doesn't mean I do.
Kiss my ass, dude. Doing your job for you, dick ass. She was a reporter.
I think he found something.
You think I don't know what's going on here?
I mean, that doesn't seem to be, like, anything important, but...
You're 2 years too late
Already.
Give it a rest, huh?
A fragment looks like an EMP. Okay, so all evidence, so it looks like there needs to be more. So there's one more thing then, I think. I mean, I feel like the only thing else really is...
You want me to keep giving you updates every few minutes?
Didn't think so.
I mean, I'll try it real quick. Can I even get up there? I don't know, but we're gonna...
You should vacate the air.
Yeah, let's do this shit.
Move yourself from this area, Hanser.
Yeah, so there's one last thing then.
To say.
Didn't think so.
Hey, something. And crafting parts. Hee. Alright, so is there anything in here that's... No, okay, so... And it looks like it just leads directly out to this right here. Punch that wall, Jensen!
Is someone there? No,
Nothing else to say.
What the hell? I didn't do anything.
See any? Nothing. Moving in.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, god damn it. Are you serious? That's bullshit. Why just because I hit a wall, it... Oops. Why just because I hit a wall, it... friggin...
Just because Montag trusts him doesn't mean I do.
Alright, so that's 5... 6... So now I'm exactly where I was then. So then let's take a look over here. Like, let's exhaust all of the surrounding areas then. Ripped out augmentation seemed too keen to keep it for themselves. They just wanted to separate it from the body. Okay.
These assholes try anything.
It's your turn to buy the coffee.
Once upon a time, I could have shot newspapers.
Enjoying yourself, detective.
Alright, I have some questions about the murder.
Before we go any further with this, I need you to know something about Johnny Gunn. He's not a good man. I may not like how my bosses are targeting him, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. So, you know, just make sure you're here for the right reasons.
Why else would I be here?
I don't want this to turn into some kind of crusade. Bad men do bad things. In a perfect world, we arrest them for the right reasons, but, well, the world's not always perfect.
You'll only arrest the victim's husband if the evidence tells you to, right? It's not enough that he's an AUG, and that your bosses want him to go down.
I'll hold my guys off for as long as I can. But unless you can prove someone else killed Angela, or at the very least that Johnny didn't, I don't have much choice. That's why I'm trusting you to talk to him. Give me your honest opinion on what happened here.
Yeah. Why are you trusting me exactly?
Because you gave me the impression of being qualified. Because I'm big enough to admit that maybe I can use the help, and between you and me, because the thought of confronting a man like Johnny Gunn scares the shit out of me.
People hold a hell of a grudge against AUGs, ever since the incident.
Yes, and?
Well, good thing the cops here are such professionals. Part of being a police officer is treating everyone the same, right? AUG or no AUG.
It's not that simple, and you know it.
I haven't been seeing...
Well...
Oh my god, okay. I don't really care about that.
I'm here because I don't like the idea of someone killing people right outside my window. Maybe he's out there right now, targeting that poor witness. Or maybe he's just looking for any chance to do it again.
Fair enough, Mr. Interpol.
Interpol! Interpol!
Anything I should know about the scene? Anything jump out at you?
The dismembered body jumps out at me. Keep in mind, I've been behind a desk for the last 12 years. It all jumps out at me.
I found what looks like a grenade fragment. EMP by the looks of it. Killer might have used this to incapacitate her.
Interesting. Johnny wouldn't need an EMP to take down his wife. Riot police use EMPs to re-establish public order around here. With all the AUG riots, anti-AUG riots, it wouldn't surprise me if that's all it was. Still, interesting.
I found this press ID on the victim.
Okay, enlighten me. We care about this... why?
Angela Gunn was a journalist. Maybe this is work-related. Maybe she uncovered something she wasn't supposed to.
Maybe. I don't know.
I found this piece of glass near the body. A pair of broken glasses, maybe?
I don't know what to tell you. We're in the back alley of a major city. There's bound to be broken glass.
All right.
Did the killer leave anything behind? Does anything strike you as odd?
I don't know. It's a murder, you know? Doesn't...
I found a broken needle stuck in the victim's shoulder. The killer might have drugged Angela before killing her.
Maybe. But keep in mind, she was an Og. Don't you all have to shoot up that new pause shit? Let's go for the obvious before jumping to any wild conclusions.
I found a print on Angela's neck, next to the contusion marks. It's a partial, so I don't think we can match it to anything. But at least we know the killer left something, and that she was strangled.
Huh, a fingerprint. I must have missed that one. This is exactly the kind of evidence I'm talking about. No way Johnny could squirm his way out of something like that. If only we could link it to him.
I'm assuming you know her augments were harvested. The marks on her body make it seem like the killer knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly what he wanted.
The way you said that just now.
What about it?
The way you described the Og removal. And before, you mentioned a broken needle in the right shoulder?
That's right.
It reminds me, you know. There was this cop, Smolinski. He used to work in this neighborhood. He had this theory about a copycat. Someone acting just like a dead killer named, Svobotka.
You think there's a connection to another case?
I don't know yet. But I remember him mentioning something about needles and Og removal. Smolinski died in the police station bombing. Whatever files he had would have been moved into temp storage, across the street from the bombed-out station. Who knows? Maybe it's nothing.
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
I know she and Johnny didn't get along. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you.
You're doing your job so good. I just, you know.
I spoke to Daria. She's able to confirm that the suspect is male. Other than that, she's all over the place. I think she's pretty shaken up.
Yeah, well, can't blame her. I would be too. You seem to have made a good impression, though. Ever since you got here, she seems different, calmer. You know, I met my first wife over a crime scene. Let me give you a very important piece of advice, eh? Never marry the ones you save.
That's fucking creepy.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
He used to work for a private military company, Bell Tower. He's been arrested for all sorts of things in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in evidence. But I also believe in playing the odds. 9 times out of 10, the husband did it.
Why are your superiors so eager to pin Johnny for murder? It's gotta be more than just... No.
Standard policy for guys like Johnny. The way they see it, you send a man like him into Golem City, and he's liable to go off the grid, end up with Ark or God knows who. He becomes 10 times more trouble than he's worth. But if they can charge him with something big, something like...
All right.
I have what I need for now. I should go.
You do whatever...
Just because I feel like it's kind of not even a little bit.
Interpol. Who do they think they are?
It's just repeating the same shit over and over again about Augs and non-Augs and everything like that. It's just kind of, you know. Alright, so I want to see then. Alright, yeah, let's do that because realistically, I'm going to say that that's probably the case. I'm going to be completely honest and say that I really doubt that the husband did it. And I mean, that could just be... Wait, but where's the other place then? Alright, yeah. Because, like, realistically, I doubt the husband did. I really doubt that, you know... Because also, even though that she kind of seemed a little bit, like, shaky on it, I mean, still, like, hearing something like, oh, I'm going to take the evil out of you or something like that is a pretty big deal. Yeah. It's a pretty big deal, so I kind of really doubt that it's the husband. So, what I would like to do is do all of the optional bits before I do the mandatory bits in the quest, just simply because of the fact that I'm sure that what's going to happen is if I do the main bit before I do the optional bit, it might continue it on and think that I failed the optional objective, which would then be like, okay, so it's the husband because YOLO, whatever, whereas if I do the optional bits, I will, you know, kind of get a more complete, very similar to the cult side quest, you know? Because, like, yeah, like, I could have just walked up in there and killed his ass and then walked away and never dealt with it again, but, you know, I did it the more full way, and a lot of the times that's more fulfilling. You know, because I'm a nice guy or something like that.
What a place.
Alright. So none of these areas are restricted, which is a good thing. Quick save! Alright, yeah, so let's go ahead and hack this bad boy.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Shit, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. What the fuck? So then what? Just the cops don't... Like that's just weird to me because...
Clear on my end.
Zůstaň na hlídce. Hádám, že se k vám asi donesly ty špatné zprávy z komplexu útulek, co? Že někdo zabil Talose Rakera a oni se teď bouří. Nemám ti co dalšího říct.
Stay alert. Do not worry.
I'm just confused then, because none of these areas are restricted, so like, you know. Why would that be even a thing then?
What a place.
Alright, so I'm about to do something I'm probably... Okay, never mind, he's moving.
Nasral, že jsi vyfasoval tohle tuší.
Alright. So now we're going to do this the fun way. Alright, so that's fun. Get out my stun gun just in case I need to cap anybody. Because that's just who I am. Deep inside, capping all of the peoples. But first I gotta find the goddamn notes, right? I probably should save some of these items and just sell them instead of immediately breaking them down. No. Sure, why not? EMP grenades, damn, I should have kept that grenade launcher now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can find another one somewhere. Victim 4. I mean, it looks almost identical, right? Traces of EMP. Augmented victims. Augments removed. Removal marks consistent. Strands of fur. Partial prints left around the throat area. Victim was drugged. same as last year's Harvester killing. Prints found on the throat in conjunction with the witness testimony ultimately led to the capture and execution of Marek Zabodka. I've been instructed to treat Leonie Wolf's murder as an isolated case. Bureau does not want to fear the speculation that there's a copycat serial killer in the area. After months of working these cases, two things have become clear to me. These are copycat killings, or copycat knows something about the MO that no one outside of a very select handful of the Bureau knows. I mean, but is that it then? Hey, give me them crafting bits. I will take all of your crafting bits. For realsies, though. Give me them bits, them bits, them bits. So now I could probably craft more shit. God, I feel like getting that one augment to, like, lower the price of everything was really good idea. Like, a really goddamn good idea. So, is there something that I would really like to do right now? Turret domination. Robot domination. That sounds interesting. Sounds also like some really freaky stuff you're getting into here, Jensen, huh? Reduces the delay, increases health per second rate. I don't know. You know what I kind of feel like I could use? God, I feel like this is always me. Like, what do I do? Actually, I kind of feel like this is a good one. Let's just do it. I'm sure I'll get more. Alright, so now what then? Like, all of that sounds exactly the same as the stuff that we just did. So, then... Or, no, not stuff we just did, but the stuff we just dealt with. So it's kind of like one of those things where... I mean, yeah, like, it's almost identical, so... Yeah, like, there's a connection there. So then, what are we gonna do about it? Alright, whatever then. I guess then we can go back to talk to Home Dude McGee there. Ooh, give me that shit though.
Nejradši by nás roztrhali na kusy.
No.
Later, guys. Alright, so now... Alright, so yeah, so let's go talk to him then. And I mean, because realistically, like, I mean, it's probably gonna, like, as I said, I'm sure that that is, like, I guess for lack of a better word, a very important part of the side quest. It's just one of those things where, like, a lot of the times if you, like, get to a certain point in a side quest, and this isn't necessarily just in this game, it's in a lot of games, where if you get to a certain point in a side quest before completing optional objectives, it'll kind of, like, auto send you down a very specific path, basically. Wait, but then, hold on. Am I in the right area then? I guess so. That's weird. I thought it was a completely different area that I had to go to talk to him. Chuck in your fridge.